Hey, what's going on, Rockstars? Welcome back into the channel. Today is Friday, June 11, 2021. Thank you guys so much for being here. TGIF, and I hope you guys enjoy the upcoming weekend. I'm just watching the sunset over my camera back there in the over the pond. Want to talk to you guys today about employees, virtual assistants, or listing tools. Sellhound in particular. You guys know that I put out a listing for Sellhound in a video, so let's talk about it. So 3 options you have to get your listings up quicker. So everyone always wants to hire a virtual assistant. That's option A, right? Option B is you can use a tool like Sellhound to do virtual listings for you, right? So that's option 2. And option 3 is you can just pay an employee, somebody who's local, maybe a stay-at-home mom, maybe a college girl or guy, maybe, you know, a friend, a family member, brother, sister, cousin, mother, child, somebody who wants to make some extra money, who's local. So I kind of want to just do a really quick basic comparison of why, or like pros and cons, and why you should go with one over the other. So let's flip it and go in reverse. Let's talk about somebody who is local to you, somebody that either you know or maybe you don't know, and that you could hire locally. So we know that the federal minimum wage, and we know that in overall general speak, $15 an hour is going to be it. And there's always a conversation, do you pay hourly or do you pay by the piece? So let's talk about that. So if you're paying somebody $15 an hour, let's say you get them part-time 20 hours a week, right? $300 versus full-time $600. Okay? Technically, you can pay them under the table. You're not supposed to. If you end up paying payroll tax and all that other stuff, we'll talk about that cost too. But let's just go off the basics. 20 hours a week, $300. For 20 hours, if somebody can get up 6 listings an hour, that's every 10 minutes, right? That means they're going to get up 120 listings. That's going to cost you $300. Now, it's going to cost you more if you do payroll tax and put them on payroll and all that stuff. So we just do that 300 divided by the 120 pieces, and that means you're paying them $2.50 per piece if that's all they can get up. If they can go a little faster, maybe you can get in there for $2.30 a piece, $2.40. So hiring somebody locally, that's pretty much where you're going to be. Now, I know when people were talking about paying somebody piecework by the piece, they were like, oh, I can pay $1.50. Okay, if they pay them $1.50 a unit, which is fair, to photograph and list it, they get to make $1.50, right? $1.50 times, if they can do 6, let's just say they can pump out 7 an hour, right? They're making $10.50. Otherwise, they're making $9. So somebody that's working for you, if you agree to pay them $1.50 and they start listing, they're going to keep count of how many they can list for an hour, and they're going to figure out that they're making $9, $10 an hour. So obviously, it's cheaper to go that route. Cheaper to do the by the piece, but when it becomes a minimum wage thing, your employee's going to start asking, the government could start asking. There's a whole lot of things you have to think about reaching and meeting that $15. Now, remember that $15 is over the next 3 to 4 years, so you do have time depending on what your state's minimum wage and the laws are. So I can't give you that advice. Make sure you do check with those laws and minimum wages to make sure you're reaching that. If you're paying somebody under the table, I don't want to know about it. That's on you. Okay, so that's the local hiring somebody. The other good thing about locally hiring somebody is they do the entire job. So either they come to your office, your warehouse, or maybe you work out of your house and you trust this person to come there, or they meet you, you give them, here's your 100 pieces of clothes for the week, catch you later, and then, you know, they list them all, bring them back, and done, right? So you don't have to do anything. It's just set it and forget it. So a virtual assistant, somebody you find on Fiverr or Upwork, or that's, you know, recommended to you, or that you find on the internet somewhere. Most of them work for anywhere from, you know, the overseas people will do $3, $4 an hour, or $1 to $1.50 per unit. So $3 to $4 an hour, excuse me, $3 to $4 an hour is obviously cheaper than what you're going to pay somebody here. But how fast are they going to work overseas? Maybe, maybe not. You'd have to test it out. The other thing is you could pay them $1, $1.50 a unit. Let's just say it's $1.50. But they're not going to do the photos and measurements because they don't have the items to do it. So you have to do that. So you're taking up part of your time, which is worth something, at least $1, right? So you're going to be right back to paying the same that you would have paid somebody locally. The only way it's going to work out is if you pay them hourly, and the money that you save, that $5 an hour over 20 hours is $100 a week at part-time, or $200 full-time, is worth your time to take all the photos and the measurements, right? So let's move over to the third option, which is similar, but not. It's Sellhound. It's a virtual assistant listing tool. So Sellhound works the same. Since they're not here and they're virtual, you have to take all the photos and the measurements and send into them. They charge $2 a unit, right? Now, that's more money than the virtual assistant, but Sellhound is highly recommended and trustworthy and will work way faster than all of them. In fact, Sellhound's going to work twice as fast as your in-home lister could work, but you're only paying $2. You're paying $2.50 for that lister. So what's the downside? Well, you got to take the photos and the measurements. So you're going to save money, but you are going to have to do the photos and measurements, which you don't have to do when you have an in-home lister, a local person. With that said, not only are you saving money with Sellhound at $2 a unit, because if you break it down with an employee, it's more, you are also going to get better SEO, titles, sell-through rates, Sellhound's titles, item specifics. They're going to do all of that to the maximum potential for you, and you'll end up selling more quickly. So you have to weigh the money output versus what kind of work you want to do. But if we're comparing apples to oranges to bananas here, the local person is probably your second best option. Sellhound is probably cheaper. Again, it's $2 plus. I'll link the video for Sellhound and how to sign up and get the deals through me on Sellhound down below. If you're looking for a virtual assistant or an employee, all things you have to consider: how much you're going to pay, how much is going to come out of pocket, how much you're going to get for that. What amount of work you want to do versus what amount you don't want anyone to do. So my big thing on this video, I want you guys to comment below. This will help the audience as well. Does anybody have somebody local hired working for them? And how much, if you want to share it and you can share it, how much do you pay them? How do you pay them? How often, etc. Down below. Is anybody using Sellhound that can vouch for Sellhound's speed and accuracy right now in the comments? Please leave that below. And finally, does anybody use a virtual assistant, be it overseas, maybe here in America, maybe in China, India, Japan, Africa, Europe, somewhere that they have help, that they've hired them off Fiverr, Upwork, or something like that. So comment below. Tell us what option you use, how much you pay them, how much it is weekly, part-time, full-time, where you met them, how you found them, all the information you care to share or you can share without revealing too much privacy stuff. We would love to hear in the comment section, and I super, super appreciate everyone who does comment on that. So 3 things to think about and compare. In the meantime, I appreciate you guys being here. As always, enjoy the video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. Sellhound's link below if you want to give them a shot. There's deals and their website and an interview and videos that I've done. Check that all out below. Hit see more if you have to, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Look forward to the comments, and I'll see you again next time.